I request everyone to please settle down for the next panel discussion, Pride in Uniform Celebrating Army Awards Achievements. सारे बातें कर रहे हैं आपको कर रहे थे बोला मैंने बोलना शुरू कर दो With steadfast hearts and spirits bold, Army Awards stories unfold. They rise with courage, grit and grace. In every challenge they find their place. In classrooms bright, on fields they play. They carry honor every day. With strength drawn from their parents' pride, they lead with valor, arms open wide. From dreams they chase to goals they meet. Their victories are pure and sweet. A salute to these young hearts so grand, the future leaders of our land. With these lines, I would like to invite the superb panelists for a panel discussion on Pride in Uniform, celebrating the Army Awards achievements. I have the honor to introduce the panelists. Pooja Batra, an actor, crowned Femina Miss India International in 1993. I welcome you, ma'am. Ashna Leder, a student of commerce at Sri Ram College, New Delhi. She has authored In Search of a Title in 2021. She is an Army brat and has completed her schooling from Army Public School, Dholakwa. I welcome you, Ashna. Karunya Singh is currently pursuing a degree in economics and finance at Ashoka University. He has authored the novel The Forgotten Quest while he was just 14. He followed this up with his second novel, King of the Fall, further establishing himself as a rising star in fiction writing. I welcome you to the panel, Karunya. Major Muhammad Ali Shah is the most sought-after international TEDx speaker who has given the highest number of TEDx talks, not only in India, but across the world. He was recently invited to speak at the prestigious Seeding STEAM Global Summit conducted jointly by the esteemed Cambridge University and London University. I welcome you, sir. To introduce the moderator of this session, who is none other than Mrs. Ganev Chadha, who is a third-generation Army brat. She is an Army wife. Currently, she serves as a director and marketing head of two successful Crows Publishers and Crows Legacy OPC Private Limited. Under her leadership, the team specializes in supporting first-time and young authors, offering comprehensive assistance through their publishing process. They have helped over 300 authors publish their work and have successfully showcased these books on global platforms. Yesterday, we had the book launch of Abhaya, which is also published by Mrs. Ganev Chadha. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the panel. Over to you, Mrs. Ganev Chadha.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see such a large audience. We've all been huddled inside the Authors Lounge and waiting for this moment desperately. I'm sure most of our crowd is from a Fauji background. And I see a couple of young children sitting behind. Welcome to this morning. And let's just start the panel discussion. So good afternoon once again. आप सभी का स्वागत है हमारे इस खास पैनल डिस्कशन में जिसका विषय है सेलिब्रेटिंग अचीवमेंट्स ऑफ आर्मी वॉर्ड्स Today, we are here to celebrate not just the achievements of these individuals with military backgrounds, but also the strength, discipline, values that come from being raised in these army families. Each of our panelists has grown up with a unique lifestyle filled with discipline, adaptability, resilience, qualities that define what it means to be an army brat. इन्होंने इन क्वालिटीज़ के साथ अपनी डिस्टिंक्ट पाथ्स पर सक्सेस हासिल की है, carving a place for themselves in various fields. Through their stories, we'll explore how the culture of service and act sacrifice has shaped their ambitions and instilled lifelong values. तो आइए इन एक्स्ट्रॉर्डनरी जर्नीज़ को हम सुनते हैं, समझते हैं कि आर्मी फैमिली का हिस्सा होने से इनके जीवन को ये कैसे इन्फ्लुएंस करता है। हमारे सबसे पैनल के पहले गेस्ट हैं द कैरिज्मेटिक, द गॉर्जियस एंड चार्मिंग पूजा बत्रा, फॉर्मर मिस इंडिया एंड अक्लेम्ड एक्ट्रेस ने न केवल बॉलीवुड बल्कि अमेरिकन टेलीविज़न में भी अपनी पहचान बनाई है। इन्होंने विरासत और हसीना मान जाएगी जैसी इम्पॉर्टेंट पिक्चर्स में यादगार भूमिकाएं निभाई हैं और अपने यूएस शोज़ जैसे लीथल वेपन, स्वॉट, द रुकी एंड द सील टीम में भी अपनी प्रेजेंस दर्ज कराई है। पूजा ग्लोबल इनकॉर्पोरेशन की फाउंडर भी हैं, जिसके माध्यम से वो हॉलीवुड स्टार्स जैसे सिल्वेस्टर स्टैलोन, डेनिस रिचर्ड एंड निकोल किडमैन को इंडियन ब्रांड्स के साथ कोलैबोरेट कराती हैं। एम आई राइट? एक पैशनेट फिलैंथ्रोपिस्ट, एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट एंड एनिमल लवर होने के साथ साथ पूजा लॉस एंजलिस और मुंबई में अपना घर बसाती हैं। और एक इंटरेस्टिंग पर्सनल फैक्ट मैं आपके साथ शेयर करूंगी। पूजा इज़ अ ब्राउन बेल्ट, शी इज़ MMA में और एक एडवेंचरस हाइकर भी हैं। प्लीज़ गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर पूजा बत्रा। हमारे अगले पैनलिस्ट हैं द वेरी एनर्जेटिक, हाई स्पिरिटेड एंड मल्टी फैसेटेड मेजर मोहम्मद अली शाह। मेजर शाह का नाम सबसे अधिक टेड टॉक्स में रिकॉर्ड के लिए माना जाता है। He is a sought after lifestyle coach, motivational speaker and a storyteller. वो इंडियन कल्चर, मोटिवेशन और रेजिलियंस पर ऑडियंसेस को इंस्पायर करते हैं। एजुकेशन के प्रति उनके कमिटमेंट को देखते हुए उन्होंने हाल ही में एक ऑनलाइन कम्युनिकेशंस एकेडमी लॉन्च की है जिसकी काफ़ी सराहना हुई है। एक डिफेंस एक्सपर्ट एंड डिबेट पैनलिस्ट होने के नाते वो टॉप इंडियन न्यूज़ चैनल्स पर फ्रीक्वेंटली अपीयर करते हैं। साथ ही में वे एक अक्लेम्ड एक्टर भी हैं और वेब सीरीज़ जैसे अवरोध में नायक इरफान खान का उन्होंने किरदार निभाया है। प्लीज़ गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। हमारे साथ एक रिमार्केबल यंग वुमन आशना लीडर जो स्ट्रेंथ, जॉय एंड डिटर्मिनेशन का सिंबल हैं। अपनी चेयरफुल, हेल्पफुल नेचर के लिए जाने जाने वाली आशना न सिर्फ एकेडमिक्स बट ऑल्सो एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ में भी एक्सेल करती हैं। साथ ही वह एक पब्लिश्ड ऑथर भी हैं। उनकी किताब इन सर्च ऑफ अ टाइटल, म्यूजिंग्स ऑफ अ टीनेजर ने उनकी जनरेशन की आवाज़ और अनुभवों को बखूबी कैप्चर किया है और रीडर्स के बीच में वाइडली रेजोनेट की है। आशना लेट ब्रिगेडियर लखबीर सिंह लिडर, जो कि टोनी जी के नाम से जाने जाते थे, अपने पिता की लेगेसी और कंपैशन, करेज एंड डेडिकेशन जैसे वैल्यूज़ को उन्होंने अपने जीवन में अपनाया है। उनकी मिलिट्री अपब्रिंगिंग से जो स्ट्रेंथ उन्होंने पाई है उसी ने उन्हें एक ब्राइट और प्रॉमिसिंग फ्यूचर की ओर अग्रसर किया है। आज हमारे लिए ये गर्व की बात है कि वे हमारे साथ यहाँ हैं। वेलकम आशना। और अब हमारे पैनल को कंप्लीट करने के लिए हमारे साथ हैं यंग एंड डैशिंग ऑथर कारुण्या बिष्ट। एक टैलेंटेड यंग ऑथर, सिर्फ 14 इयर्स की उम्र में उन्होंने अपनी लिटरेरी जर्नी की शुरुआत की थी। अपनी पहली किताब द फॉरगॉटन क्वेस्ट, जो उसके बाद 2022 में उन्होंने अपने सेकंड थ्रिलर किंग ऑफ द फॉल से उन्हें एक राइजिंग स्टार बना दिया। Karunya is a skilled public speaker and debater. All India Radio के Young Achievers program में ये feature हुए. इसके अलावा इन्हें फिल्म और म्यूज़िक में खास रुचि है और कॉलेज लेवल में फिल्म मेकिंग में उन्हें रिकग्निशन भी मिली है. उनकी क्रिएटिविटी और यूनिक पर्सपेक्टिव उनके प्रॉमिसिंग फ्यूचर की ओर इशारा करते हैं. May we have a round of applause for all our participants. I would now like to ask our panelists an individual question. अपनी different upbringings को देखते हुए, पूजा, आपने बॉलीवुड और अमेरिकन टीवी में दोनों में बहुत अच्छे से अडैप्ट किया है, जबकि इन कल्चर्स में बहुत डिफरेंस है. आपकी अपब्रिंगिंग ने आपको इन चेंजेस के साथ कैसे मैनेज करना सिखाया? रिजिलियंस इन द सेलिब्रिटी वर्ल्ड में बहुत ज़रूरी है. क्या आप बता सकते हैं कि मिलिट्री फैमिली में बताए हुए अपने बचपन ने आपके करियर और चैलेंजेस को कैसे फेस करने में मदद किया?
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the introduction, and it's such a pleasure to sit with these amazing panelists. I didn't know he was such an academic, and he's from my college, Ferguson, Pune, and these two amazing young lads. It's such an honor to be talking with them and getting to know them. And you, Ganev, thank you. So upbringing army ki jo thi has taught me perseverance, obviously resilience and perseverance and working hard. There is no shortcut to hard work. अब मैं आपको एक बात बताती हूँ. Army kids are so gullible and so sweet, but they are not street smart. जब आप सिविल में जाते हैं, जो सिविलियन किड्स हैं वो आपको सर्कमवेंट करके चले जाएंगे, वो आर्मी किड को कभी पता नहीं चलेगा. Because we have grown up in such a protective environment, we are not used to corrupt people, we are not used to chhal, kapat, chugli. You know, we are
It's
very
absolutely true.
Yeah, so जब हम सिविल में जाते हैं तो वो सब हमें डाउन करने की कोशिश करते हैं. मैं कंपैरिजन नहीं कर रही हूँ, मैं बस अपना तजुर्बा बता रही हूँ. और जो प्रोफेशन मैंने चुना, मॉडलिंग, एक्टिंग, वो आसान प्रोफेशन नहीं है. वहाँ सब एक दूसरे के ऊपर चढ़ के एक रोल लेना मांगते हैं, या तुम्हें डाउन करके एक रोल लेना मांगते हैं, एक प्रोजेक्ट लेना मांगते हैं. तो जैसे फील्ड मार्शल सैम बहादुर ने कहा है कि वी आर ऑल विनर्स एंड इफ़ वी वांट टू विन वी हैव टू फाइट. यू नो, सो वो जो रिजिलियंस जो और डिसिप्लिन, आप बाहर जाओ सब बोलेंगे, oh, why don't you have a glass of wine, man? What's the big deal? Why don't you have some wine? Come on, have some wine. Now you've come out from an army background where your dad has offered you alcohol and you've said, no, Papa, it's okay, I don't want it. So you're not you new to a wine glass or you know all that.
So Pooja, it all sums up that whatever we are today,
Yeah.
that is just attributed to our upbringing.
Obviously,
complete
it is attributed to our upbringing because your personality is obviously from where you've grown up, and this army organization is such a privilege to grow here.
Thank you so much, Pooja.
Yeah, thank you.
Major Shah, taking on from here, you have switched many careers. पहले आर्मी में, फिर एक्टिंग और अब एक मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर. आपके पिताजी डेप्यूटी चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ रहे थे और आपके अंकल एक सेलिब्रेटेड एक्टर नसीरुद्दीन शाह. इन करियर शिफ्ट्स के पीछे आपकी क्या इंस्पिरेशन थी? मिलिट्री लाइफ हमें फ्रीक्वेंट रिलोकेशन दिखाती रहती है और कांस्टेंट चेंज देती रहती है. आपने इस करियर स्विच को कैसे पॉजिटिवली अपने अंदर इन्वॉल्व किया? और मैं आपके ऊपर देख रही हूँ एक कॉम्बिनेशन कार्ड भी लगा है जिसके बारे में मैंने पढ़ा था. तो ये आपको रिटायरमेंट के बाद मिला है. सो कैन यू जस्ट कनेक्ट ऑल दिस टू योर जनरल अपब्रिंगिंग इन द आर्मी व्हेन यू वर विद योर पेरेंट्स, व्हेन यू वर यंग, सो दैट यू नो वी कैन टेक द स्टोरी फॉरवर्ड.
मैम, थैंक यू वेरी मच. एंड फर्स्टली आई कमेंड योर ऑब्जर्वेशन. आपने वहाँ से कॉम्बिनेशन कार्ड देख लिया, वाह, काबिल तारीफ है. Firstly, I would like to thank Western Command, the Artillery Directorate, General Gill sir, Colonel Nitin sir, Major Dinesh, all the officers, my LO, NCO, Havaldar, Gautam Saab, and of course, our former chief is here. So, डर लग रहा है, you know. But also मेरी senior भी बैठी हुई हैं college की, तो और भी ज़्यादा डर लग रहा है मेरे को. But you know, as a Fauji brat, as the word they say, I don't know why it's used as a Fauji brat, because we're not spoiled. We are the most disciplined people. I had gone to St. Joseph's, Allahabad, when my father was commanding, and thereafter I went to a boarding school, Lawrence School, Lovedale. And it was a very, very disciplined life. But जब मैं boarding school से छुट्टी आया करता था, my father would wake me up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Come on, out of bed. So I would be like, boarding school में तो उठाते हैं 5 बजे, यहाँ पर छुट्टी पे भी, with a Fauji father. So I would like, I want to sleep. I would wait for him to go to the office and then again take a nap. But same with you. Look at that.
We all have the same stories.
Same story, yeah. So, being a Fauji brat, I started my schooling from Tanga Valley in nursery. I was 3 years old that time. And in fact, Colonel Singh is here. Sir, kahan pe hain aap? His wife was the principal, Dolly ma'am was the principal of that school. तो और भी डर लग रहा है मेरे को, बताओ, हैं? And she was a principal much later on. And of course, Colonel Jha, his son, Lieutenant Jha, Mrs. Jha, इनका stall है वहाँ पे कहीं पे.
Okay.
So, Tanga Valley वो जगह है. तो वहाँ से मैं शुरुआत की. तो I was very accustomed to northeast part of India. My father commanded a brigade from Manipur when General V.P. Malik had visited him as well in Kakshin there. And so I had an affinity towards the northeast. और ख़ास तौर से मेरे को पैरा मरून बेरे मेजर श्रेया यहाँ बैठी हुई हैं डॉक्टर, तो उनको कल मैं देखा था तो मैं क्या डैशिंग ऑफिसर है, तो मेरे को कभी ऐसा मौका मिला नहीं पैरा मरून बेरे पहनने का. थैंक्स टू राहुल सिंह एंड शिव अरूर, उन्हें जो किताब लिखी उनकी वेब सीरीज अवरोध में मैंने एक्टिंग करी. सो आई कुडंट वेयर अ मरून बेरे इन रियल लाइफ, बट आई वोर इट इन रियल लाइफ. सो एज अ फौजी ब्रैट आई लर्नड अबाउट नॉर्थ ईस्ट एंड आई वुड owe my commendation card to that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for that valuable insight. Ashna dear, next, I would like to ask you a question. Poetry books में soldiers की sacrifices पर एक heartfelt poignant reflection मिलता है. इस थीम को इतनी गहराई से एक्सप्लोर करने की इंस्पिरेशन आपको कहाँ से मिली? एक आर्मी फैमिली का हिस्सा होने से आपकी राइटिंग्स और आपकी व्यूज़ ऑन सैक्रिफाइस पे इसका क्या असर पड़ा? क्या कोई स्पेसिफिक रोल मॉडल है आपकी जर्नी में जिसने आपको इन्फ्लुएंस किया हो?
Thank you for that question, Auntie. I think no one knows better than Ganeev Auntie, who is also our publisher, that my book has 7 sections, and one section is called Forge, and we published it when I was 16. So this is a compilation of all of these military stories that I heard or read or came my way at 16. But जैसे कि आपने बोला, I come from an army family. मेरे नाना जो audience में भी हैं, he was in the army. My dad was in the army. And I am more scared because my nana is also sitting in the audience now. But my dadaji was in the army. But abstractly so, I think most of the inspiration behind the military writing did not come from home. And I think most teenagers also sitting at the back can relate to this, is that whatever you see from the beginning, you really don't know the value of. So I saw being from a military background from very early on. And so I really didn't know the value of it until off late, wherein I feel now that I'm in college and school and breaking the bubble of military, like you also mentioned, I think that's when you truly realize the value of what you have, because you see how other people look at the military and the respect they have towards families like ours. So I think that really changed, and that really inspired me and moved me, like you said. But talking about poetry in particular, a lot of my thoughts came from movies, and we've had a discussion on movies. We have an actress amidst us. So I think movies really moved me. The first military poem I wrote was after I watched Uri, the surgical strike, with my mom, and I was 13, and I remember watching the entire movie without batting an eyelid. And right after the movie, I wrote down a poem in anger and frustration and impact. and I barged into my mom's room, and it was 2017, and I said, "ये letter आप General Rawat तक पहुँचा दो," because to me that was the epitome of change. And she looked at me thinking, this girl is crazy.
I'm sure she must have done the right thing.
But she did the right thing, and the next year I saw the letter in the kids section of the AWWA journal. So that time it was the epitome of movement.
Yeah.
But I think also military role model would be dad. Learning how to go beyond the call of duty.
Yeah.
Learning how to balance family with a very demanding job. And making everyone feel special along the way. So many of his friends are here, and we always remember him together. So I think that's the impact he had, and that's one thing I've learned from him.
I wish you all the best, Ashna, and looking forward to more poetries from you. Karunya, coming to you as an author of 2 adventure fiction books, क्या एक आर्मी चाइल्ड होने के एक्सपीरियंसेस ने आपकी इन स्टोरीज को इंस्पायर किया है? आपके बैकग्राउंड ने अपनी स्टोरी टेलिंग, सेंस ऑफ एडवेंचर को इतनी कम उम्र में पब्लिश करने की कॉन्फिडेंस को कैसे शेप किया? Karunya, can you tell us the insights behind these 2 books?
Of course. Being part of an army background has been a journey of constant change and growth. Every few years brings a new place, a new home, a new set of friends. Shuru mein I used to hate this entire process of, transferring, having to fit in. But I've come to realize that it's been one of the biggest blessings that I could ever have asked for. हर नई जगह एक नया experience लाती है, और उसके साथ एक नया perspective भी मिलता है आपको. The exposure I've gotten throughout the years has built my confidence from being someone who was shy in class with his head buried in books to someone who can write and publish his own novel and can sit in a panel discussion with an actress,
like
a speaker and fellow author in front of hundreds of people is itself a testament to that fact.
Yes.
And the very fact that we're sitting here is in itself attributed to the army entirely, because being from an army background gives you so many opportunities, chahe libraries ho ya sport complexes. These things open you up to trying new things and meeting new people. अगर मैंने एक चीज़ सीखी है अभी तक तो वो ये है कि हर नई जगह एंड हर इंसान की एक अपनी कहानी होती है, अपना narrative होता है. Everyone has their own story to tell. All I've done is try to listen and try to take inspiration from these narratives to make my own. And being an army brat itself has made me very open-minded also, I would say. And just this experience, I feel, has been very enriching, and I try to incorporate that in my novels as well when I write. I try to incorporate all the people I meet, the places I visit, and the experiences I have, and I feel like that reflects in my writing as well.
I've read both of your books and I agree to that, Karunya.
Yeah, you must have noticed. And as far as my sense of adventure goes, army cans के obstacle courses करके और army dad से math सीख के तो courage build up हो ही जाता है.
We all agree to
Absolutely.
that, I'm sure.
Yeah, but then again,
after this, if your dad is sitting in the audience, he's going to just ask you a few
he's
questions. Bigadibish, you better not trouble him. He's my little baby.
But then again, like if he'd not submitted my book to you, then I would not have been here. So
No, he's a wonderful author.
Of course.
And his stories are to read. Please visit this exhibition and please pick up his books. So coming back to Pooja, thank you Karunya, thank you so much. So coming back to Pooja, we'd like to ask you what has been your most memorable fan moment? When you've gone to some place as a established model, actress, to you. So is there any incident that you like to share as a fan moment, special fan moment?
So I did a movie called Chandralekha. It's a Malayalam film, and the movie did very well. It, broke a lot of records. It was with Mohanlal, and every time I go to Dubai, starting from "Aapko kya chahiye, madam?" they'll just stop, and even till date, it's been over 20 years. But I've been blessed that I get these amazing fan moments from the world over. I'll tell you one fan moment.
Okay.
I'll tell you two actually.
Okay.
So I was invited to Russia just recently. for a festival in St. Petersburg. So I had to fly into Moscow and then fly to St. Petersburg. It was a connecting flight with a layover of maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. So I land up in Moscow, and this is the first time I'm going to Russia, first time. So I go there and they ask me to wait on one side, and they want to interrogate me as to why I am.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they interrogated me for 2.5, 3 hours. I missed my flight.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, so the main interrogation officer was a very good-looking Russian man, very good-looking. He came, and the reason I was let go was, he said, "Are you in the Rookie? Were you in the Rookie?" I said, "Yes." He's like, "Which season?"
Oh God.
So he's like, "What was your role?" So he said, "Yeah, I remember that. It's because of that I was let go."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Kisne dekha hai mera American show?" Kaun dekhta hai? But I'm telling you, because Rookie helped me, otherwise I would be deported. Yeah. So that was one, and the other one. So I was recently in Uttarakhand for a FICCI meet, of women's, and the chairperson, her son's name is Rohit. So Rohit is ex-Wharton. And I happen to know some Wharton professors also, so I was just talking to him. He's like, "I have to tell you this, that I was such a big fan when I saw your Virasat." And I was like, he was some age, I'm not going to tell you what age. He said, "I saw it and I got so upset with Tabu that why did she do this to her, that I never watched Tabu's movies." Now I've opened up and I'm okay with it.
About it
yeah,
now.
उसको इतना impact हुआ कि why is it happening to her? So, these are such special moments that, people
So that's a lovely
honor you with.
yeah, lovely incident that you shared with us, Pooja. My question to first Karunya and then to Ashna is that growing up in army families, you faced unique challenges that we've all discussed, and how has it influenced you all? A small keynote for our audience, if it's possible, just a one-liner maybe.
A keynote.
Yeah, just a motivational, some message that you can share with our Fauji brats in the audience.
Okay, for a keynote, I guess I would like to give you this quote from this film called Dead Poets Society. A lot of you must have seen it or heard of it. So it's called "Seize the Day and Make Your Lives Extraordinary." And that all professions are unique in their own way, but as humans we live for love, poetry and expressions and feelings, and that's just something that has stuck with me forever. And I feel like exploring different interests of yours, like trying to look for your passion, is something that is really important for all youth out there. If you look for your passion, I'm sure it'll come looking back for you too.
Thanks, Karunya. Ashna, would you like to throw some light, maybe a message for the audience here?
Sure. I think your first question was about career
Careers,
choices.
yes.
Which really scared me because I'm in third year of college and Karunya's in second. So career choices, more than any experience, are just very daunting words for us. But I think coming from a commerce college like SRCC, internship opportunities and positions of responsibilities come very early on. And having gone through those, one thing which I think we owe to our background is strength in your own character and confidence, because we're inherently very confident, and more than that, we're adaptable. I feel like most army kids can talk to ages 6 to 60, can have a rich conversation with people from any sorts of backgrounds, and that's something that's really stood apart in college, school, and now going to be done with all of that. Finally, I don't have to study anymore.
Absolutely. In fact, like me and Ashna, we're part of the same network. It's a group of consultants, basically. And like, it was very random. I just reached out to her. I saw it on her story, Instagram, I think. And I was like, hey, what is this? Can I be a part of this? And I just feel like that showcases how, as an army brat, you tend to like be this open to people and be this open to adapting to new things. and trying out new things. That's just
Exactly. So, just like a keynote, I think concluding
message.
the discussion on our end is something we all have in common is we come from an army background. And I think that's given us everything. And I read somewhere that when you feel like you've got everything, you've got shelter, you've got life, healthy and happy, then it's time to give back. So I think in our own ways,
Excellent.
we should look for ways
Excellent.
to give back, be it in the way we carry ourselves or joining the services like you did.
Excellent. That's a very great insight and well said. So, do we have time for some question in the audience? Would somebody like to ask a question from the audience to... I would just request you to just address the panelist if you would like to ask any questions.
Otherwise, we'll need to plant questions.
I've already planted. I can't
You
see.
already planted? So,
Since there are
we
no
see no
questions.
hands raised, we see no mics. Thanks, Harpriya. Do you need a mic?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Mic coming, Harpriya.
Pooja, would you like to throw light on the professional work ethics in the film industry vis-a-vis, you may have seen your dad, of course, I'm sure there's no match, but still, in the Forge, versus how professional is a civil industry, like a film industry you're from? So, in terms of timings, in terms of payments, in terms of, any other professional ethics would you like to discuss that you felt as an army kid was like frustrating that, my dad, I never saw this as growing up, ki aise wale problems bhi hote hain life mein. Aisa kuch would you like to bring out? Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Harpriya, there's a plethora of things. Civil life में आपको क्या बताऊँ? I mean, कुछ time पे नहीं होता. But if you are a professional artist, you will land up on time. Like, अगर आपको आपकी shift 9 a.m. है तो you land up at 9 a.m. Whether the shooting starts at 1, 2, doesn't start is not your problem. That is what I have learned, is that you be on time, you be ready before the camera is ready. If the camera is ready and everybody is waiting, which an army officer or an army kid will never do, never, but the civilians do it. Likewise, money and all. But then, because you learn how to have people's skills growing up in the army, so you traverse your way through and it's a people skill profession by the end of it. So you have to learn who your producer is and deal with the producer. If he's saying abhi nahi payment, dubbing mein nahi to kabhi nahi, you just take it with a pinch of salt. But in India, unfortunately, there is no strong actors union or, like workers union that makes sure that the artist's money is taken care of. In the US, however, it's a different ball game. You don't have to worry about the money. Not only do you not have to worry about it, you get residuals. In India, I was given 1.5 lakh for Virasat. I was given 1.5 lakh for Virasat, which became like the super duper hit, which is so sad. And then later it was released for, 300 times or maybe 1,000 times in every studio or network. But I never got paid. The producer made all the money. This, had it been the US, I would have gotten in 2000 the money.
I understand, Pooja. I think there are better work ethics outside.
They take care of the artist.
So, thank you, dear panelists. I'd just like to sign off here by a final message. The pride of uniform may belong to a select few, but its values are universal, and they shape the generations to come. Thank you for being a part of this remarkable discussion. What we've relearned today is that the lessons of the military, loyalty, resilience, and adaptability are universal. Whether it's Pooja carrying her Fauji spirit into Hollywood, Ashna and Karunya weaving it into their books, or Major Ali Shah motivating people across the world with the same strength he gained from his service, This pride is truly a force to reckon with. You indeed make the Army proud, even if you traded the uniform for your own remarkable mission. Let's wrap up for the day, and here's something which sums it up. The uniform gave you courage, the discipline made you strong. The pride you carry with you has been there all along. In every step you take, every goal you pursue, the forge in your heart shines brightly through. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, just before we part ways, there's a very complicating secret since Bish mentioned about learning math from a Fauji father. So I learned a very complex monologue, which I would, just with your permission, it'll take a minute. It says, I am my own grandpa. I am my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but really so. I am my own grandpa. Let me explain to you how. Many, many years ago, when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was as pretty as could be. Now, this widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair so red that my father fell in love with her. And soon the two were wed. Now, this made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life, for my daughter now became my mother since she became my father's wife. Now, to complicate the matter, though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. Now, this little baby of mine then became a brother-in-law to dad, and so became my uncle, for it made me very sad. For if this little baby of mine was my uncle, then that made him the brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course by now was my stepmother. My father's wife then had a son who kept them on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my stepdaughter's son. My wife is now my stepmother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she is my grandmother too. And now if my wife is my grandmother, then obviously I am her grandchild. And every time I think of this, by God, it nearly drives me wild. For now I've become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my own grandma, I am my own grandpa. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and for being such outstanding representatives of the Army community. I request Mrs. Vinith Gill, Chairperson Schools, Western Command, to kindly felicitate the panel. This session was fantastic. Your achievements, adaptability are remarkable. Growing up with the challenges are unique experiences of military life. Each one of you have shown how strength and determination can overcome any obstacle. Your stories inspire pride, not only in your families, but also all of us here today. Thank you so much, ma'am. Heartfelt thank you to the esteemed panelists.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I think they're wanting to take a photograph break there. Children, I would request you to please do the photo session a bit later. We have the authors waiting in line. Everyone, please settle down. I'm about to call the next author for the book launch. Please settle down, children. You can have your photographs a bit later. Mrs. Joshna Atre is a wanderer and a nature lover, but it is the pen which keeps Joshna company whether she is at work or relaxing. An award-winning educator, she has worked on curriculum development and various e-learning modules. So let's welcome Ms. Joshna on the stage. Give her a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to say for a minute on your book, you have the stage to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, thank you everyone for being here. It's an honor to be launching Captain Subu in cyberspace here today. The Captain Subu series is the result of 30 years of my work in the e-learning space and my experience as a cyber safety consultant. I started conducting cyber safety workshops for children after a spate of unfortunate deaths following the Blue Whale Challenge. So, Captain Subu. Captain Subu is a cyber hero, and these books address a growing need for structured cyber safety education for children. Today, children are online earlier and more often, whether it is for school, for games, or for social activities. And sadly, they face risks like cyberbullying, privacy breaches, and online predators. But while we have given our children the screens, we have forgotten that many of them lack the basic knowledge to navigate this landscape. It's almost like giving a knife to your child without telling him or her how to handle it. So there is a gap between exposure and understanding, and there is a great lack right now of age-appropriate learning in cyber safety space. So this is where Captain Subbu steps in with carefully graded content that breaks down complex and abstract concepts like passwords, online privacy, and recognizing, very importantly, cyberbullying. By tailoring lessons to each developmental stage, we ensure that children are not only informed, but are also able to apply what they learn in real-world situations. And the real onus, I would like to remind, lies here with schools and parents, because we have a shared responsibility to be actively involved in keeping our next generation safe online. Educators can use Captain Subbu in cyberspace to start essential discussions about online safety in classrooms, and parents can reinforce these lessons at home. To sum it up, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that cyber safety is no longer optional. It is essential. And the Captain Subbu series aims to empower our children, giving them the tools they need to explore the online world safely and confidently. So let's work together to prepare a safer, smarter digital generation. Thank you, Abhivyakti and AWWA, for your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Joshna. Now I request Mrs. Vineet Gill, Chairperson Schools, to please come up on the stage and launch the book. Can I hear some claps, please? And I again request you all to please settle down as a mark of respect to the authors who are launching their books. Thank you. Congratulations. I'm sure the children are definitely going to enjoy it. Thank you, ma'am. And now we have a very budding young author amongst us, Miss Manya Sharma. Her creative and sensitive mind has expressed her thoughts in an optimistic way. And she believes that children can change the world just by changing their habits. Please come, Manya. I want a very, very big round of applause for Manya. Little girl, please.
Did you know we could stop pollution from just one change in our life? Did you know that Om plays a very significant role in our daily lives? Did you know why it was Arjun's destiny to listen to Gita's preaching from Lord Krishna? And did you know we could have friends of all religions and lead a happy and contented life? This book of mine is full of all these answers. Good afternoon to all the reverend uncles and aunties present here today. My name is Manya, and I feel we can change the world by changing our mindset and doing our bit without complaining. I have been inspired to write this book by my grandmother, Usha Vardhan Sharma, who is herself an author and a grammar expert. I have been motivated to write this book by my brother, Satik Sharma. Through this book, I would like to promote humanity, stop pollution, develop interest and reverence for mythology, reverence for soldiers, and promote primitive lifestyle. There are some errors in this book, but it is rightly quoted by Albert Einstein. The person who has never made mistakes has never tried something new. So, what are you waiting for? If you are also interested in making a change in this world, then order my book now and do your bit within your means. Thank you.
Amazing, Manya. That was so beautiful. And now I would request Mrs. Sonika Raval, Chairperson, Sports and Fitness and Mental Health, to please come up on the stage and launch the book. Manya, please come here on the stage. This is so amazing. I have the pleasure of, speaking for this young girl. A lot of congratulations and a lot of claps, please. That is really creditable. Manya, God bless you. Thank you, ma'am, and all the best to Manya. Thank you, everyone. And now we have a short lunch break. See you after the lunch. Thank you so much. Request you all to be back by around 2:30. We have panel discussions and more book launches. So enjoy your lunch and then please come back. Thank you.